Remember to click subscribe and notification button for more Appa's video.
Cooking Appa.
Hi, this is Cooking Appa. So first of all, I would like to express my gratitude. I want to thank Curious Grocer and also CuriousKitchen.com for giving me some. This is what we call boneless ribs from the Iberico pork. Okay, all the way from Spain. Yeah, so it's a very high quality pork here. And today I'm actually going to make this, trying to use this to make some meatball. And as the name suggests, this is actually trimmed from the bones, and it has some crunchy flavor, very interesting texture. So I'm going to use this to make some meatball today. Of course, I'm going to use a blender to grind my pork later into paste. And also I have a few pieces of ice here. You need the ice when you want to blend any meat, because you don't want the heat to really cook up your meat later. Yeah. And also I have some egg for the, not for the blending process, but for the second stage when we want to marinate the meat. Okay, let me adjust the angle for you. Okay, so first of all, I cut my boneless rib into half. Okay, hopefully this will ease the grinding process. I'm going to put my ice first, followed by the meat. I haven't been using this blender for a while. It's actually a very powerful blender from Tefal. Okay, let me close this. Okay, you can there's one safety feature of this particular model. The moment you close it nicely, the cap nicely, then only you can actually start. If not, you can't. Haven't been using this for a long time. Let me see which one I should be using. Maybe I should use something like Ice Crush, the kind. Ice Crush. Ooh, very fast. Extremely fast. I off it for a while. Let me add a bit of water to continue. Apparently there's no need for me to add any water. Within 1 minute, it is actually done. That's how powerful is this. Check this out. Oh my god. So fast and so powerful. So I'm going to take this out from the blender. So we will continue from here. Look at how creamy it is. Wow, this is so powerful. I should have used this a lot more often. Okay. So this is a you can get some very sticky paste like this. And now we want to add in some flavor to make the patty, yeah. So a bit of chopped ginger, some chopped red onion, and also chopped garlic. Just to give this give the meat patty enhanced flavor. And let's give it some seasoning. I'm going to give it a bit of salt. Okay, be gentle with the salt. If it's too salty, then nothing can be eaten. Okay, so after that I'm going to put in a bit of sugar. Okay, not too much also. Few dashes of white pepper. I actually have a bit of self-ground black pepper, optional. If you have it, you can put it in. If you don't have it, it's okay. Don't worry, it's optional. And some oyster sauce. Don't worry if you don't have 100% of what I'm using today, okay? Oyster sauce, a bit of sesame oil, Shaoxing wine, okay, and we need to give it a bit of where's my cornstarch? You need something to help everything to stick together, okay? Probably about 2 to 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, and we need some egg, yeah. But now, don't put in all the egg right away, because if the egg make it too watery, then it will be very difficult to stay in shape. So you want to add your egg slowly, yeah, in stages. So what we need to do here is just to mix all this together nicely. Okay, we will come back shortly. Now, how do you know it's ready? Basically, the moment when you start feeling a lot of resistance when you are stirring like this, it is basically ready. Okay, you need this to this kind of resistance that will eventually gives you the spongy texture after it is cooked. Okay, so I don't have to add any extra egg for this particular. And of course, for me today is actually easier. If you compare to use a normal minced meat, then that minced meat will maybe take a little bit of your time and effort to really keep on stirring until you get this resistance. Okay, but today I actually use a blender here to blend up my apricot pork directly into very fine paste like this. So it already it has this very strong resistance, which is exactly the kind of texture I am looking for. Okay, so what we are going to do next is to leave this aside and cover this with a wrapping paper and clingy paper and leave it in the fridge for about 2 hours before we start making it into a meatball. Okay, I'm not going to cheat. Today I came back home late. I don't have the 2 hours, the luxury of that 2 hours. So I just have to directly cook it after that. Okay, but if you can prepare this few hours before, then the flavor actually goes deeper. Yeah, your meatball will taste even better. Okay, now so we want to make meatball right now. Of course, you can use the fishball way. I'm not, well, up to you. I'm going to use the normal spoons way. Now, always use a spoon and wet it using some water. And you want to wet your hand also. I already washed it very nicely just now. Okay, you want to wash your hand, because keep your hand wet so that it will not stick. Yeah, it will not stick. So get 1 spoonful. This is actually my normal way where my mother used to make. Just get 1 spoonful and make the round thing, yeah, using the hand. Okay, can you see? It's a very nice round shape, smaller than ping pong. If you the harder you make it, it's actually harder for you to fry later. Okay, let me try again. About 1 spoonful. Then I'm going to use both my hand to do like this. All right. Okay. So I'm going to do it for the balance. You can also opt to use the fishball way, which I'm not really good at it. You put a good number of the paste here and you squeeze them out. Oh well, I'm not good at it. So I'm going to use the way where my mom used to make it. Okay, so let me finish all the meatball. Okay, so here's our meatball. Try to maintain the size of it as evenly as possible, so that the timing for you to deep fry your meatball later will be average the same. Okay, so if not, your bigger ball may your smaller ball may get burned easier, faster, or char easier, faster than the bigger ones. Okay, so now let's prepare the oil. Okay, we are going to do double fry on this. Double fry is basically frying the first time using medium heated oil until almost fully cooked, and then take it out, raise the oil to high heat, and let it fry for another 10 seconds. Fry 2 times. Okay, this way you're going to get the very crispy surface outside. So how do you know is when the oil is medium temperature? The boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius. The boiling point for the vegetable oil is 280 Celsius. Okay, so normal cooking oil, yeah, 280 degrees Celsius. So we want somewhere between 140 to 150. So how do you know? Put in heat up the oil, and also put in the chopstick. If you start seeing a little bit of bubble coming out, okay, you start seeing a little bit of bubble coming out, yes, like this, and there isn't any smokes coming out from the oil, then it is somewhere around 100. This is about 130 to 140 because the bubble is actually coming out a bit slow. Okay, so we can start with this, no problem, because it will take me some time to slowly put in my meatball as well. Actually, I should have put a little bit more powder. My meatball is a little bit soft. Okay, it's easier to control when you wet your hand, yeah? I tone down the fire now to medium. I'll probably fry this meatball into 2 rounds. Let me see how many can I put in. Getting a bit faster now. Okay, I'll make it 2 rounds then. I think some of those I put in inside earlier. You can turn. Okay, remember, don't use high heat, yeah? Just use medium heat to slowly cook it. The rest is probably not yet. Okay, yes. Starts to taking shapes at the bottom, then you flip it over. It really depends on the frying time, really depends on the size of your meatball. Okay, for mine, and also the amount of oil that you actually put in. I'm using quite a big amount of oil here, so hopefully this will expedite the process a bit. I would say the whole frying time should be less than probably somewhere around 5 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to slowly flip around the thing using medium heated oil, and until it is fully cooked later, almost fully cooked later, I'm going to take it out. We will come back shortly. So some people ask, Appa, how do I know whether my meatball is ready? Well, there's no single answer to that, but there are few things that can help you. First of all, is the bubble coming up, releasing from the meatball itself. The moment when it is, when you put in the meatball, you are going to see a lot of bubble because that is the water dispersing out from the meat itself. Okay, so as the bubble decreasing, reducing, that is one sign of telling you your meat is almost done. Okay, almost fully cooked, like what you are seeing right now. So secondly is the moment when you push them around, you actually feel them very light, much lighter than initially when you put it in. That is also another sign telling you your meatball is almost fully cooked. Okay, you feel very light when you push them. And of course, thirdly is definitely the color. So this is actually almost coming to the color I wanted. Yeah, so sometimes you have to play along with your experience. The more you cook, the more you will understand what Appa is trying to say. Okay, but basically if you're not really sure, just make your meatball smaller, then it will only probably take you only 5 to 6 minutes to fully cook them. All right, now this is almost done, and look at the beautiful color of my meatball right now. Okay, my meatball is definitely, this is actually almost over 5 minutes. My meatball is definitely done. I'm going to take it out and put it aside to an oil absorbing paper. Okay, and I'm going to continue frying the rest. After I finish the first round, then only I will do the what we call double fry, yeah, the second fry using high heat later. Okay, after putting in the meatball, don't flip it over immediately. Give it 30 seconds to 1 minute for it to stay shape, yeah. Then you can slowly, what are the earlier ones? Just now, if you notice, I actually put in my meatball in this is what clockwise, yeah. So that I actually know which one I actually put in earlier. So those are the one I can actually flip first. Okay, so for those, you know, the bottom already taken shape, you can actually slowly flip it over. Okay. And the whole cooking time should be somewhere around only 5-6 minutes the most. That's it. Actually, Appa knows the meatball here is going to taste very good. You know why? Because it has a very high percentage of fat, pork fat. Appa remember when I was young, there was one wonton mee in my hometown. When she made the meatball, she actually added pork lard. Yeah, she not just pork fat, but she added pork lard into it. So that meatball really tastes so good. Okay, so that is something that you can consider adding into your meatball in future. Yeah, so yep. Okay, as you can see from the color, yeah, this is almost done. Let me take it out. I'm already feeling very hungry now. Set it aside, and I'm going to turn my stove to high heat right now. When I start seeing a little bit of smoke coming up, I'm going to put in my meatball to double fry for just a couple of seconds will do. Okay, because anything longer, I think it will actually got burnt. But this process is going to help you to really make your meatball extremely crispy outside. Yep, let's wait for the oil temperature to rise. Okay, very fast I start seeing a little bit of smoke coming up. I don't need it to be extremely hot. Okay, just high heat is good enough. Put it in. Give it a few seconds and take them out. Wow, this meatball is going to be super crispy with all the fat and the double frying. Alright. Ooh, almost fall off. Okay, nice, isn't it? Alright, so here's my deep fried Ibrico meatball. If you like my video, do share my video on your Facebook to your friends. Come to Cooking Appa Facebook fan page to click like and follow button. Follow Appa on Instagram and subscribe to Cooking Appa YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Bye bye.